Real Estate Hustle, a podcast about everything to grow and improve your real estate career. Broadcasting on Facebook Live. Here are your hosts, Rick Robinson and Travis Green.
Hey, Real Estate Hustlers. Welcome to episode 19 of the Real Estate Hustle. It's been quite the day today.
It has been quite the... If you had any idea what it takes...
what it took to get here today, which is why we're doing this at 3:40 p.m. Mountain Standard Time instead of 3 o'clock.
But hey...
we're here.
Those kind of things help us grow. They're good. It's exciting. You know, if everything went smooth and great, we'd never learn anything. Life would be boring. You wouldn't grow and become. So
That's
it's all right. It's all right.
Exactly.
You know, I've heard a quote once.
Oh, okay. I like quotes.
The quote says that storms bring out the eagles.
Oh.
Why would storms bring out the eagles?
I have no idea.
That's when they hunt.
Okay.
Eagles like to hunt in storms and find their prey. They love it. And so storms bring out the eagles. They'd rather be out there cruising on a windy day than they would on a calm, sunny day, I think. So
I'll buy that.
It's good.
Awesome.
It's all good. Yeah.
Cool. Well, guys, thanks again for joining us today. If you are listening on the podcast app or iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher, or if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to hit that subscribe button for us, guys. Those subscriptions, as we always say every week, they mean a lot to us.
Yes.
And also, please make sure to share our page with anybody who you think might benefit from it. And in fact, we had one of our real estate hustlers share our page and this podcast, actually today's podcast, with some folks in Arizona.
Awesome.
So welcome to our folks in Arizona. And
wonderful.
Also a big shout out to our listeners in, let's see here.
You didn't just say pig shout out, did you?
A pig shout out.
A big shout out.
A big shout out.
Yeah, that's right.
To our friends in Overland Park, Kansas.
Oh, cool.
They've been listening to all
thanks,
our episodes,
guys.
so thank you guys out there in Kansas
thank you.
for listening to our show. So, okay, guys, continuing on with the theme of this month. This month is all about social media. We're running solo today, so I'm trying to work everything remotely. Here we go. All right, slides are up. So we're talking all about social media. We want to first remind you guys why we're doing what we're doing with these podcasts. Okay, they're free. We're not charging for them. What we're wanting to do, and we talked about this in a few other podcasts, is we want to start a movement within real estate. We know where things are going with real estate. Think of the legal industry, for example. Pretty well-protected industry for many, many, many years. Then all of a sudden, some online guys start showing up. We've got LegalZoom, we've got Rocket Lawyer, we've got all these different people trying to get into the legal industry and take a piece of the pie. And all of a sudden, it's getting harder and harder for attorneys to make a living at it. Now, we're seeing the exact same thing happen within real estate.
Sure.
Okay, we've got the traditional brick and mortar brokerages, but now we've got some other guys trying to creep in. Supposedly Amazon's trying to get into real estate. We've got Purple Bricks from the UK trying to make a splash here in the US. We've got Homey.com. We've got just so many different people all trying to get their hand in the real estate market. So the whole reason why we're doing this is because we know where things are headed. We talked about this in episode, I think it was episode 14, which was what's the future of real estate. And we want to make sure everybody's on their game in their real estate careers because people, these websites are never going to replace real estate agents. It's just going to reduce the buyer pool and the seller pool for the traditional real estate agent, which means we need to be on our game.
That's right. We have to all step things up. We have to raise the bar in what we're doing, add value, be out there, be known, and really, really just kind of be ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Right.
So the whole purpose of us doing this, guys, is to help you be better in your career, to help you find success in real estate. And we've got a lot more on the way as well. Some exciting things. Launch of our brand new website, which is getting really close to being finished.
It's exciting.
We've been saying that for months, but it actually really is getting close. It actually exists now. So anyway, but that's why we're doing this, guys. And this whole month, we're going to continue to focus on social media. Let's talk a little bit more about it.
You know, social media is such an important thing, and we have been talking a lot about it for quite some time now. Let's review real quick some of the things that we talked about in episode 18.
Okay, that was last week.
That was last week's podcast. We talked a lot about Facebook and social media and the different things you need to do there and why they're so important. So if you can find last week's podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, etc., go back and watch that. There's a lot of really good information there. But some of the things we need to touch base on, some of the points that we made last time, was in your social media, create a Facebook business page, not don't use your personal page.
Please.
Yes. Your personal page is where you go to post the fun stuff, the party, the Halloween costumes and all that, which there is a little room on your business page to let people know that you are real, but that's not where you put all that stuff.
Exactly.
It needs to be professional. So get a professional Facebook page, not just your personal one, and then get a professional photo on it.
Yes, please.
We need to make sure that we see a professional photo. That is so important. When someone is scrolling through looking for a real estate agent, they're looking for someone who looks the part. They want to see someone they can trust and have confidence in, and if they see you in a clown hat at a party, they're going to think, no, ain't my person, right?
Okay, I want to touch base on that just real quick, because last week what we did, for those who weren't able to join us for episode 18, is we actually went through a lot of your, it was about a couple hundred of your guys' profiles.
Yeah, we did.
The real estate hustlers who are part of our group. We started stalking you guys a little bit, and I'd say less than 5% had a professional photo.
Yeah.
What happens is, which is fine. Okay, we kind of know the standard within real estate because we have people from all different backgrounds, all different areas of the U.S. and also around the world. And so I'd say about less than 5% actually have a professional photo, which is going to probably be across the board as a whole. But what happens is all those people who do have that professional photo are really going to stand out when people are searching real estate agents on Facebook. So good time to get one done, guys.
Yep, absolutely. Very, very critical, very important. And that picture that you use needs to be the same picture that is on the business card.
Yeah.
On the yard sign, on the Facebook page, in all of your advertising. The same photo.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is a big, big deal. Absolutely. So make sure you get that out there. Another thing we talked about was once a week, it's important to go live.
Yes.
Go live on your Facebook page and put some relevant information out there, whether it be the market update or some news, interest rate information, whatever it is.
Like Paul Perrone did last week.
Yeah,
we showed his video.
yeah.
I thought Paul did a great job.
Paul did a good job, and that something like that is very relevant information that people look forward to. Very good stuff. So go live once a week and make sure that you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. And in your Facebook page, we talked about there's an ability to have a button there, a call to action button, and this button has a great purpose where people can have a personal touch with you. They can interact with you, send you a message, even phone call, whatever, right then, right there. It's
powerful.
It's very powerful. It makes them feel like they have access to you, that they're your friend, that you're touchable, that you're tangible, that you're not just some. Yeah, just like that. So, yeah, just that you're accessible and able to be reached without having to jump through a ton of hoops. So very, very powerful, very good information there to have on your Facebook social media. So the crucial key with your Facebook page and your profile really is engaging that client, building trust with them quickly and seamlessly so that they'll call you versus anybody else. There's a lot of things that we're probably doing and we're trying to focus on in our social media that may not be exactly the right direction, the right things to do, and we have to be cognizant of that. If your goal, for example, is to see how many likes you get on your page, you might, I don't know how important that is.
You might be a redneck.
You might,
Just kidding.
Well, you might be a redneck. So, yeah, if that's your goal, is just to see how many likes you get, you post something and you're just excited to see how many people are liking it, okay. But are you really delivering the message that you're trying to portray and building that trust with that client?
Or if they're just simply trying to get as many likes as they can on a page.
Okay, that too.
Yeah.
Right. May not be the best use of that social media. Also, trying to figure out what content to put out there. That can be a challenge. To put the right content, the relevant content out there. What type of content you should be putting out there. That it may be the right thing, it may be the wrong thing. So we need to be cognizant of that. Yeah. Good information that's informative, that's useful, an experience you had. Those are very, very powerful. Saying, I had this experience, here was the thing, here was the outcome. That story can be very, very powerful to the person on the other end who's looking for the best realtor out there. You might treat your Facebook page as a brochure for your business page.
I've seen quite a few people do that, and it's not so much a good thing. Did that make any sense when I said it's not a good thing?
Yeah.
Let's be more clear.
In other words, no.
Don't make your Facebook page a brochure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things about your Facebook page that are very, very critical. Having that professional picture, putting relevant, needful, useful, informative content out there, doing it regularly, going live, having that button, that call to action button that says, push me now, like Rick did.
That's right.
Push that button, because I want to answer your question. I want to be able to help you in every way. So anyway, those are some key things that we talked about last week that we need to keep in mind. Go back and look at that. 18, right?
Yep, episode 18.
Episode 18.
You know, and I like to liken it to basically just learning a new skill. You know, sometimes when we're trying to learn something new, especially a technology-driven skill, and we're not really sure how to do it, we just kind of, it's like a kid in an elevator. In fact, this is what my daughter does. Every time we go in an elevator, she'll just start pushing all the buttons. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times when we're trying to learn something new, which I think Facebook, social media, for a lot of the older generation of real estate agents is something relatively new, something they don't understand. So what do? They go in there and just start pushing buttons. They're not really sure what to do, where to go. They start boosting posts when they shouldn't be. They just start clicking things and just start posting whatever. So that's what we're here to do, guys. This month is to help you guys avoid the elevator button pushing and give you a clear direction as to what you should be doing to be the most successful on Facebook.
And I think that's the key, is the direction, because again, we all want to just put something out there. We want to do what we're told, and that's beyond social media. Yeah. But if you're putting the wrong stuff with the wrong picture, the wrong content, you're not really accomplishing anything. You're just busy.
Yeah, and as fun as it is to post a picture of your cat in a Halloween costume, might not be the most effective for your business page on Facebook.
Unless your business is
and real estate for cats.
Something like that, yeah.
So you're a cat house dealer or something.
Right.
Well, guys, Inman, if you guys are subscribed to Inman, they just published a really good article not too long ago talking about this exact thing. And because it's kind of a known fact that a lot of businesses, unless they're extremely dialed in or outsourcing their social media, a lot of people as a whole struggle with it to some degree or another. So, but I want to read you guys a quote from this article, and I think they just nailed it totally on the head. They said this. They said, real estate agents are so busy trying to mold Facebook to work using old outbound marketing techniques that they are blinded to how valuable Facebook can be for their real estate business. They are blinded. And that goes back to the button pushing. They're not really sure what to do, how to make it work for them. But guys, really what Facebook is and should be for your business is a lead generating machine. Okay, it's not a place to just go post goofy pictures or to throw your property. Any post you make on Facebook needs to be lead generation driven. Okay, you've got your entire audience right in front of you, and you've got the ability to drill down and find your target audience. So you need to be using that to your benefit and actually using it to generate leads, not just to be a brochure, like Travis said.
Not a brochure. Yeah. That's exactly right.
So let me go on with this quote. They said, "We are so sequestered within our own industry that we refuse to see how other industries are very successful using Facebook to generate leads." So part one of that is we're trying to mold Facebook to the old school ways of doing real estate, which when in reality we can't be doing that.
Interesting.
We need to be making it generate inbound leads for us. And then the second part of that is we're not looking at how the successful people are actually using Facebook and modeling our Facebook usage after those companies. So we need to be doing that. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is we want to help you guys get the very most that you can out of your Facebook page. Last week we started with the basics. We talked about 5 different things. Today we're going to touch on 4 more, and we're going to continue to talk about this. Next week is going to be really exciting because it's all about the Facebook algorithm and how to make sure that you show up in search results and in news feeds and things like that, which it's getting much harder to do. So anyway, our 4 points we're going to talk about today are going to be very useful to you guys in your Facebook profile. So please take notes, write this down, or bookmark this podcast so you can go back and write these down later. But the first one, let's make sure this comes up perfect. Okay, we want you guys to try a variety of post types. Now, the reason why we tell you to do that is because we realize that not real estate agents aren't a one-size-fits-all. We talked about this in episode 14, that you need to start gravitating towards some sort of specialization in your real estate business. Okay, you can't be the jack of all trades and be good at every single one. All right, you need to start specializing, because as these online companies start invading the real estate market, people are going to be gravitating towards experts. How many things can we be experts in? Well, not like 20.
No.
It's going to be just a very few things. So if you're really good at residential, be a residential real estate agent. If you love commercial and are passionate about it, be a commercial real estate agent. You need to start specializing in what you're good at and what you're passionate about. And then this ties into doing the variety of post types. We could tell you what we do, but we have a very specialized target audience that we go after, which may not be yours as well. So the best way to figure out what your audience engages with and what they like and what they enjoy reading is to try a variety of different post types. Now, what do I mean by this? I have no idea. Actually, I do. I'm just kidding. So some people respond really well to photos. Okay, they engage well with that. They say, "Hey, there's a photo that grabs your attention." Some people aren't like that. Some people like a more long, almost a blog type post that they like to go through and read, almost like a little article. Okay.
And I would say for me that describes me, not the second, but the first. I like to see the picture. The picture tells the story. I get it, and I click and move on.
Right.
But yet I know people who are very detailed and want to read the details. They want to sift through it and understand this and that, which is great. But that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm the picture guy. Show me a video. Show me a picture, but don't make me read a bunch of stuff. Other people eat it up. So a variety.
And what happens is, okay, so Travis, for example, he likes the pictures. And so what Travis might do is he'll only just start posting pictures because that's what he likes. But we have to realize that not everybody's going to be that way.
That's a problem.
And we have to appeal to our entire audience. So photos, blog type posts, also posting videos, making sure you're going live once a week, touching on those 3 Ps that we talked about last week, and just trying out a variety of posts. And then what you'll do after about a week or 2 of doing this is go back, and since you're using a Facebook business page, which you all need to be using, I'm pointing at you, you need to go back, look at your insights. You have that awesome tool being a Facebook business page that you can see how well people are engaging with your posts, how many people have seen them, how many people engaged with them, and different metrics like that. So what you'll do is do a variety of different post types: pictures, text, video, links to different websites, news articles, whatever it may be as creative as you want to. Then go back after a week or 2, see what people responded the most to, the best with, and then narrow it down to maybe 3 to 4 different post types, and only use those because those are going to appeal to your audience. So kind of start out with that shotgun approach where it just spreads all over the place, and then narrow it back in, and that's
the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. Now, one side note, guys, is social media is not a walk in the park. Okay, yeah, maybe creating your personal profile is. It's a lot of fun. You can post those goofy pictures, but running a business real estate page, it takes work.
It does.
It takes work. It takes thought. It takes effort. So it's not just something that you can just kind of lightly do. It's something that if you guys want to be serious about it, you need to dedicate time to. So
absolutely,
that's number 1.
I agree, and I think that's a real great piece of advice that Rick gave. I do like the pictures. I'm the video, the picture. Show me the color, the motion, the emotion. I like that. But if that speaks to me and that's all I post, I'm missing the other crowd.
Right.
So we see this all the time, and you probably do too, with home builders. Home builders will build a home that they think the public wants.
Exactly.
And we see this all the time, and we keep asking ourselves, why are they building these homes with this or that, the other thing, when that's not what people are asking for?
Right.
It's because it's what the builder thinks the market wants. Yeah. Well, why doesn't the builder just ask the realtor professional what people are asking for?
Exactly.
So
if only they do that.
Just an idea. Yep. So with the same thing with social media, just try a few different sources, a few different ways of doing things. Look at the likes, the views, start narrowing it down, shoot it out there, funnel it down to what works, and stick with those things.
Yep.
That's very, very important. I think that's a great way to do that. So with those posts, adding value. Value is the key. It's got to be relevant. People have to want to tune in. This podcast that we're doing, we feel adds a lot of value. It's stuff that some of it's real basic, some of it's a little more detailed, and it adds value to everyone who listens, no matter what industry you're in. You could be a doctor, and social media still applies. Yeah. A plumber, or whatever. So this is good information, but adding value when you're on social media is very, very important. There's a few key things that you have to do. First, realize that you have to give in order to receive. You have to give that relevant information. You have to put out there things that matter, and then you'll start getting those people tuning in. You'll start getting that reciprocation back.
So we can't just show up on Facebook and magically hope people are going to like our page and follow us and have a purpose for doing so.
No.
Okay.
No, that's like putting that's like sitting in front of the fireplace and asking for the fire before you put the wood in there.
That's right, yeah.
Or before you strike the match. So you've got to be there first, and then it'll start coming in if it's relevant and good and valuable. So you got to give to get. Again, we talked about relevant information. Maybe there's something that is going on in your specific area, whether it be down under in Australia or in Kansas or wherever it may be, California, different areas. We have people listening from all over the place. Your area, your dynamics, your economic situation may be different. Maybe you've got a real exciting thing going on. Maybe anyway, whatever it may be, talk about that. And share that information. The call to action button. Again, that button allows people to get in contact directly with you and brings them closer to you quicker than if they have to search and find and look around, find an email address, that they have to type something out. If they can just click a button and find you, very, very valuable, very powerful. And target your audience. We talked about that. Targeting your audience, making sure you're hitting the right people in the right way is very, very important. So relevant information, the call to action button, make sure it's good detailed information. Find what people want to see from you. Again, I'm the picture guy, but someone else may be the detailed, line by line, read through a great blog type scenario, which is great, but find out what that is and hit those things. I think that as you create this, people will be drawn to you as you define who you are as an agent and the kind of information you want to give and where you specialize in. People will start to funnel in. You'll start attracting the people that you will then work the best with and find greater success.
Which is why I preach so much that as people have these auto-posting things that are just posting random pictures every single day, that's only engaging with one post type. It's not being relevant. It's not being you. It's not adding any value to anybody saying, hey, what kind of kitchen? Do you like this backsplash in this kitchen? What's it's not adding any value. So, and we preach this so many times, guys, that the purpose of social media is to be social. Not to have some company that you pay $100 a month to post for you.
Just to throw stuff out.
Just to throw stuff out there to make it look like you're doing something. So it's better to have that turned off and not even use social media, in my opinion, than have one of those those services. My opinion.
Anyway, I agree. I would agree.
I mean, you need to, as Travis just mentioned, everything you do on social media needs to be adding value to who you're going after, which is your target audience. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. All right. The next thing we need to do is engage. Engaging with your audience, guys, is so incredibly important. I want to tell you a quick story about this. So a good friend, mentor of ours, Daryl Eves, I don't know if some of you heard from him. He is the marketing guru of social media, YouTube. Anyway, he invited us to go to this big thing called Vid Summit, which is in LA. It's a 4 day big summit where all the top YouTubers who have made millions of dollars off YouTube all go and they all teach each other. Anyway, so we were able to go to that. It was an absolutely amazing experience. And I want to teach you guys something that some of the top YouTubers actually taught in one of the classes that they put on. So if any of you have a 12-year-old daughter, you probably know who the Scherer brothers are. I don't have a 12-year-old brother, but I happened to meet these guys at Vid Summit and did a little research on them. But anyway, YouTube sensations. These guys have absolutely made a killing, are multimillionaires from their YouTube channel because they know how to target their audience and they know how to engage with them, which are some of the biggest things to growing any sort of social media channel or page. So these guys, they put on a big class during this Vid Summit. And one of the things that they harped on was engaging with your audience. If you guys want to grow your audience and you want to have the people get to know you, even if they've never met you, you need to engage with them. So they told us in this class that, hey, if anybody comments on one of our videos or on our Facebook post or anything like that, we engage with them. We like it. We respond back. And I'm just sitting there thinking, yeah, right. You guys have like millions of subscribers. Every little girl on the planet is a big fan of these brothers. There's no way they engage. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put it to the test. I am going to comment on one of their random Facebook posts that they put up there. I'm going to see if they respond back. Sure enough, within a couple hours, they commented back, "Hey, thanks, Rick. We appreciate it." I'm just like,
wow.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So whether that's somebody in their back office, I don't know if they even have a back office, but whoever that was, they engaged. And it made me feel a personal connection with these guys. Like, oh, wow, they actually care. So anyway, that is one thing that these guys preached, and just about everybody preached at this Vid Summit in LA this past year. is that if you want to grow your audience and if you want them to be a solid audience and help you grow your Facebook page and grow your audience, you need to engage with them. When you start engaging with them, they're going to return. They're going to keep coming back. They're going to keep seeing what you guys are doing because they're going to be curious. So engaging with your audience, guys, is a crucial thing. Please make sure you're doing it. Don't let any comment go unliked from you or unresponded to. So whenever somebody posts something, comments on one of your videos, when you're going on, you're doing your Facebook Live or one of your variety of posts that you guys are going to start doing, make sure to comment, reply back to people, thank them. We talked about the word thank you in one of our episodes. I don't remember which one, but the power of just thanking somebody, guys.
Yeah.
Don't ever forget to do that. Don't ever let your ego get in the way that you're not thanking people for making you who you are in your business, no matter what business you're in. So anyway, engage. That's huge.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Yep.
I agree. That is great information. Responding, as real estate agents, at least I've seen this happen. We don't do this, but I've seen a lot of real estate agents who will be with me talking, doing something, and then they'll have a client call and they'll go, I'll get that later. You'll do what? Thank you, because they're going to call me next.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And so take the time to respond, as Rick's talking about on the social media, when you can. Respond back, thank you, this, that, comment. Just engage with them.
We all know you guys get on Facebook at least 16 times a day.
An hour.
Yeah, possibly so for those 12-year-old girls following the Shire Brothers.
Right.
But yeah, guys, it's minimal effort, but huge rewards for doing it.
So the last thing, number 4 that we'll talk about is scheduling your post. You can make posts for Facebook ahead of time. Mm-hmm. Facebook will schedule those, or you can schedule when you want them to come out, and then they'll automatically roll out. So you could stack up a bunch of these pre-made, kind of like pre-made rolls in the freezer that you pull out and just stick in the oven.
Rhodes rolls.
Those are good.
Oh, man, those are good.
Really
if you guys
good.
don't have Rhodes rolls in your area, I am sorry.
Yeah, well, I just got derailed here. I'm stopped thinking about
We
this.
just
I'm
need to talk about
hungry.
food.
Yeah. So create a bunch of your posts, and then you can give them to Facebook. Facebook will organize them and send them out based on what you tell it to do. So that is very, very powerful for you to do. You don't have to take all the time to do them every week, this or that, or every other day. You can build a bunch of them and then just decide when you want those to roll out. And that regular content over and over on a predetermined time that gets systematized is very important.
Consistency is key in everything you do on social media.
Yep, it is. So those are some great points that we've talked about. Just stop interrupting your day with things, the mundane tasks. Get streamlined. Get out there in the social media eye. Respond back. Do your preset releases out, your posts on Facebook. Just kind of simplify your life. You'll see things that roll a lot smoother. Use those powerful tools in social media and start attracting those buyers that you're going to work the best with. So we appreciate you tuning in today. We feel this is some great information. And Rick, what do you think?
Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
Remember, add variety to your post. Try a bunch of different types. Always add value, as Travis mentioned. And then, the last two things that he just said, which is make sure to engage and then get those posts scheduled, because we all know we're busy. And if you can just take an hour or two on a Monday just to set your week up,
That's right.
boom, it's done. So
That's right.
Anyway, guys, we really appreciate you tuning in to the Real Estate Hustle today. We will be back again next week on our regular schedule. We will be here next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm not going to go through all the time zones like I normally do because my brain's too tired today. But anyway, again, make sure, guys, to subscribe to our channel if you're watching on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you're on Google Play or in the podcast app or iTunes or Stitcher, soon to be Spotify. I believe we're going to get our podcast on Spotify here real soon. So anyway, we're going to continue to grow. Make sure to add people into the Hustle group who you think might benefit from it, guys. And we appreciate you guys being with us today. We apologize. I was out of town this week, which is why we couldn't do the podcast Wednesday. But we're here. It's Friday. Go have a great weekend.
That's right.
Your break is over. We'll see you guys next Wednesday talking all about the Facebook algorithm.
Yes, very
good
exciting.
stuff.
Thank you, guys. Get back to work. Have a great weekend. Thank you.